Could this also be for North Node and South Node? Absolutely. North Node is what you're used to, right? North Node is what you come through, and now South Node is what you're used to, right? And the North Node is usually energy that you resist. It's scary, it's new, it's what you're uncomfortable with. It's what your soul came here to kind of like learn, right? So there's many different things that's part of the soul's journey that will be in your natal chart. So if you're listening to your North Node, you know, and if the message doesn't resonate, that can kind of make sense as to why it doesn't resonate, because a lot of the times we're resisting what our North Node is. It's scary to us. It doesn't feel comfortable. And a lot of the times people like, oh, this feels familiar, this feels good because we did it in a past life, or it's connected to our South Node and it feels so dang on good. But then spirit allows us to feel that and go through that vibe, and then at some point we gotta learn. The soul is like, oh, but we came here for a mission, and so we would have to detach from that, and that can hurt and bring us to like a dark night of the soul, or just a deep transformation, and we find ourselves to another space and we're like, oh, this don't really resonate. You could be pulling with yourself with that, right? But it's really to bring you to your North Node. Now, if your North or South Node is in retrograde, then there might be a connection between the South Node and the North Node, where you may not necessarily, and this is not for everyone that has it in retrograde, but in certain instances when it's in retrograde, it's more of an internal experience, and for some people it's that you still need to keep certain aspects from your South Node that is going to complement your North Node. And if you look at it, the South and North Node are sister signs. They're one and the same. It's just a polar opposite expression, right? But when it's in retrograde, a lot of the times it's to bring it into harmony and wholeness for collective consciousness. So it may feel like, you know, living so different, too different. And you might resist South Node energy and North Node energy. You might be resistant to both, or you might be openly accepted to both, right? So it's really different. I don't want to go too much into the astrology because I'm on a time sake. So yeah, timekeeper, can you let me know where we're at, because I really want to get this going. And this is for Aries. Sorry, just give me a moment. I answered that question. Okay. Gratitude and thank you for asking. Here, Aries. This new moon in Taurus for Aries. What is the collective energy for Aries? Collective energy for Aries. Oh, y'all been busy. Y'all been busy. What is the collective energy for Aries? Alright, Aries, in the bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of Pentacles, okay? Can somebody give me the time, please? All right, here. Aries, y'all got a lot that y'all was going through, too. So, y'all have the Page of Wands here. All right. Y'all have the 10 of Swords. You have the 6 of Pentacles. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. Thank you very much. All right. With this, I'm seeing here this is a major change, and this makes sense, right, Aries, because the North Node collectively is, I got it, sis, thank you. The North Node is collectively in the sign of Aries, so it makes sense as to why the sister was asking about North Node, South Node. So I might keep that actually for this video, for those of you that stumble upon Aries, right? I am going to keep it. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm trusting divine source to work through the way that source needs to work through. for your message, Aries. Nonetheless, y'all are going through a major transformation that is fated events here. All right, major changes that, you know, you had to go through that dark night of the soul. You have to go through a lot of, you know, Aries, y'all are the head, right? So there's one of my beautiful soul family members, one of my beautiful soul companions, soulmates, right, that I've experienced in life, says, be in the you are in the belly of the beast, I'm in the mind of it, right? And you had to experience being in the mind of it, because, you know, you were really going through being in the belly of the beast, and your mind was overthinking. It was overwhelming. You could have been in a space of like self-destruction, self-betrayal, overthinking, insomnia, not being able to sleep. And the Six of Pentacles is like a lot of karmic energies coming back into balance, a lot of karmic debt that was needing to clear out, a lot of the energy that you put out coming back in. And Jupiter's energy is like really bringing you to a space of like reaping your rewards, right? Allowing you to see the resources, bringing things into completion. This could have been breaking generational family stuff. This could also be gaining a new perspective of family, of companionship. You could have been in a space of isolation, and it makes a lot of sense because Aries energy, let's just face it, your ruler is Mars. And you know, there's freeing the mind, coming to a space of knowing that the war has already been won, coming into a space of trusting. There's a lot of expansion, a lot of growth. There could have been a lot of things going on with your Chiron placements here. There could have been a lot of immaturity and a need to ask for help. Maybe you were in a dark space. Maybe you were in a space that was I'm hearing like hope, like, oh my God, I would definitely highly recommend, and I was going to say this in the beginning of the video, I'm trying to say this with every zodiac sign because I'm going to be chopping it up. If you haven't already watched the Taurus proportion of this reading, please do go back and watch that. I believe I shared about the story with Pandora's box. What's up, Heavy? With Pandora's box and hope being in the bottom of the box, and like how that affected. I can't quite remember what exactly I said with that, but because Taurus is the new moon, it's gonna have an influence, right? An energetic influence to this, and you being in the God mentality, you being the head of the energy. So maybe just going back, listening to that reading, so that if you do see any of that influence around you, you can be over the influence rather than being in the belly of the beast, right? And there's a thing about going to your peers, asking for help. Maybe you've been in a space of pride. Aries, y'all can be very stubborn sometimes, or being in a space of like self-sabotage, as I felt, and there's a need to like ask for help and being open to receive that help as well. But there's hope. Maybe you were looking for hope, and I feel like there's hope is being gifted, right? But it's in the bottom of the box, of Pandora's box. And maybe you opened Pandora's box and it was like, ah, what the fuck did I do? Right? And something with like Jupiter. I'm not sure if Pandora's box has to do. I think it does, like cosmologically. I feel like the story, the mythology is connected to Jupiter somehow, or What is those beings called, y'all? It's with an S. The horse people being the symbol of Sagittarian. What are those called? And Chiron is actually the same being, which probably makes sense as to why it's got Centaur. Thank you. I said S, but C. You know the sound. Thank you. I am so Centaurs. It could be something in astronomy as opposed to astrology that's connected to the Centaurs, and maybe Jupiterian or Chiron's placements in the stars that connects with your astrology, or you know, they are different. So something in that you're learning and navigating through and receiving. Like there was a divine intervention, a gift of some sort that was being delivered, being given to you, and you know, maybe you weren't supposed to like do something, and you did, and it opened up like a whole mess, but then you found hope in the bottom of the deck. I mean, in the bottom of the box, and that hope was enough for you to make this great change, to make life thrive for you again in a bountiful way. This could be that maybe there was some karmic debt or financial debt or something, and you ask a family member, or you take a loan or something, and maybe you was afraid to do that because your pride or your stubbornness or something was getting in the way. You were overthinking. Maybe there was something, an application that you wanted to apply for maybe a home, right? Maybe you wanted to apply for land or a house or something, and you didn't think you was going to get approved. But with hope comes so much power. With hope comes so much opportunity and fulfillment that can be delivered to you. And you receive that. You get that. Your debt is paid in full. Your magic is thriving. You may have lost yourself, but you found yourself again. You have a lot of support. Although you may have been resistant to this support. You may have been scared to receive. You may have felt like it was a trap. You may have been feeling like, I'm not going to ask for help. I don't need help. I could do this by myself. And a beautiful part of the journey is that a lot of this journey is by ourselves. But another part of the journey is being through experience with others. So while a lot of the collective had to go within to find themselves, you were being called to help others navigate or receive the help of others, right? Either you receiving help or you helping others. Six of Pentacles, even energetic karmic exchange, right? So you paying the debt, you paying debt off and debt being paid off to you, an even exchange of you coming out when you need to come out, delivering onto others and allowing others to deliver onto you, because you've been living your life in this way, right? Aries being the North Node, you know what it's like to be an Aries. You've been doing that. The collective had to learn that, and now you will put in the position to step out of just isolation and self and navigating through karma. Jupiter, Wheel of Fortune, is also karma being served. So you got two karmic cards here being served. What you put out is what you're receiving. Good or bad, right? That's the perception. In cosmic God source, it's all good. Reaping what you sow. What's the animal spirit? Aries. Excuse me. The animal spirit assisting Aries at this time for this channel. Thank you. That's a lot of cards. Firefly in the bottom of the deck. Or spirit guide is coming out for Aries. Oh, y'all have a card that is flipped. Y'all got bee spirit. Alright, y'all could have been a busy bee here. A lot. Oh, bee also. Okay, and then y'all got the zebra spirit in the bottom of the deck. If I'm not mistaken, I think zebra came out. I'm not sure if it was for Gemini or Libra. I think it came out for Libra. That might be Gemini. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. But zebra on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I got the bee spirit. I am going to read the bee from the book briefly. But what I'm feeling with this energy is hexagram, right? So like the hexagrams, and how have you been hexing yourself? How have you been hexing others subconsciously or consciously, right? And not in a way of like, oh, spookism hexing, but like bees create hexagons, right? And that's a sacred geometric shape for a reason, right? They keep busy. Maybe you were keeping yourself too busy to self-reflect, and you're being called to self-reflect. Maybe you consider yourself too busy to help others, and there was a karmic need to help others in a sense. There's also a thing about like collective consciousness or hive mind consciousness and being mindful of that. I'm not sure why I'm getting that, but overall I'm getting like a lot of work with yourself, working with others. There could have been a lot of changes in career for a lot of people here. Why I want to get with the hexagon and the bees? What is it like? The mind of the bee. That's funny because I'm also looking at a book that's called The Mind of a Bee. Cosmic order. Things working out in your favor. Let me read that. But let me get the crystal. I'm getting some. So even like the bees dance and what it attracts. Even the bees' vibration of the wings having the ability to heal. So you could be a healer, and you may be resisting that. Maybe you're working on healing. Maybe the wounded healer is Chiron energy also. That's the crystal for Aries. Ooh, we got opal with joy. Bee spirit is also, there's a bee meditation. So you will close your ears. Take a deep inhale. And buzz like a bee until you feel the harmonious synchronous, like the harmonies coming into wholeness and oneness. That's going to give you a bee activation, a healing activation. If you also have been dealing with a hard time, joy. And bee spirit is joyful. It's fertile. Spring is springing. Spring is springing. Maybe watching how the bees or even bee pollen could be something that to utilize in your diet. If that resonates with you, I would say look up the benefits of bee pollen. Y'all really getting the connection with, like, a lot of other people is more like the symbolism and the message from the animal, but I'm really feeling like y'all like embody the bee spirit. Y'all being called to embody the bee spirit. Like Bees are important in the world. 925. Thank you very much. Ancient wisdom in the bottom of the deck, but what is the... Oh, I did ancient wisdom in the bottom of the deck. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all got joy and ancient wisdom. So y'all got a master teacher card with ancient wisdom. All right. Y'all not little beings. Y'all big beings. Y'all have a big purpose. What is the final? Well, I'll do the final advice in a moment. Let me read the bee spirit here. I just passed it. Dang, I just passed it right here. Bee spirit with earnest, hard-working, democratic. The bee personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures, aware of many subsidies at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision. For the most part, they have been bustling, joyously personalities until they're too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and then they sting. When this energy is balanced, it is content, active, and vibrant. When it is out of balance, it is overworked and annoyed. To bring this energy into balance, it is a mini vacation. This could be overwhelmed, overworked, overtired, insomnia. I'm not sure if I said insomnia. Maybe you're not sleeping. Maybe the most joyous thing you can do is rest. But there is about being a team player. Being a team player. Be a team player. And when the work is complete and knowing, and that's okay, balancing. And joy in the bottom of the deck is hope. Joy is another energy of, and that's interesting that this is coming up too, because that came out for Capricorn. Maybe there's a connection there. And opal doesn't come out often. And the master teacher's cards don't definitely come out open. And this is a smoky quartz. But with the it's the ancient wisdom, because it has the triangles here which connect with like the Akashic records, if you will. But yeah, ancient primordial lessons and wisdom, right? Rather than from a space of, maybe you always operate from a space of like knowledge. And there's wisdom is the next level of knowledge, right? And allowing yourself to operate from that space of wisdom. Bees are also carry a sacred wisdom to them. And doing the bee meditation that I shared does access some ancient wisdom within that. Hello, Kaya. Hello, Lula. Hello, Ita. Welcome. I heard record keeper with that. Yes, and that's what, you could be a record keeper. Those are record keepers. Whenever you see those triangles in a crystal. All right, what is the final advice for Aries here? It wants to come out, but it didn't. What is the final advice for Aries here? Come on! My ear just popped. There is a thing with did vacation just come up? We have dreams, believing your dreams in the bottom of the deck. We have potential. Think big for your future. And then I think vacation just came up when I read about be with balancing it out or something like that. But you have take time for relaxation and adventure with vacation. So your final advice, 844, I have a dream. Oh, ashe. Yeah, you're in a different time zone, so it could be 9:44 my time. So Aries, that is your reading. I want to say thank you to everybody who's here live. May you have received the messages that serve your highest and greatest good. If you're watching the replay, I affirm that the messages that's resonance with truth and righteousness and your highest and greatest good serve you, and that you receive the ancient wisdom that will bring you joy, that will bring you the confidence of working with others and the collective in a harmonious, balanced way, that brings out the highest and greatest good of all involved, and that the situations around you unfold with a lot of great fortune. So that is your